God. Got time. Take a deep breath. All right, and welcome everybody. It's so awesome to be back. Yeah, we had such a early morning today. So, for those of you that don't know, my name is VeganAtheistCoral. I am a municipal liaison for the Illinois Elsewhere region, and we are doing a fantastic live streaming event right now. Oh gosh, I think we have about 5 hours left, and we are streaming with people all over the world right now, which is super, super cool. Now, our chat rules are very, very simple. Number one, keep it simple, or keep it civil. Two, we don't discriminate. And so don't discriminate using your language, keep it family friendly. And since it is an event, an official NaNoWriMo event, we want to try to keep it as PG as possible. And no spamming, obviously. And then, of course, we're going to have fun. That's the most important one. We're going to get a lot of writing done today, and it's going to be lots of fun. Well, hopefully. I spent a little time this morning kind of going over. Everybody did such a great job. I was up at 5:45 this morning, 4:45 this morning, and to do modding. And then immediately after, we went in and we did a stream, and it was so much fun. So we had all different types of prompts and stuff. So I'm actually going to skip forward to just for reference, page 8 of our Google document is where our first prompt is going to start. Now, we're not going to start it for a little while yet. The people from the previous stream that's going to be raiding in to see us is still just finishing up one of their sprints. And so while we wait for them, I figured we could have a little play with words ourselves, do a little bit of, a quick little word game while we wait for everybody to get in, and they can join us as they come in, and it'll be nice and short while we're waiting for them to come in, so no big deal. All right, so what we're going to do is a quick little word game. It's for our warm-up. It is a word association game. I'm going to post a word, and then you post any word that you associate with it. The first word after or before yours is your next word, and you want to try to get as many words as possible in 2 minutes. Occasionally, I might post a random word in the chat if it needs to be refreshed, but the only rules is that 1, you can't reply to yourself, and 2, keep it PG because this is Camp NaNo. And then in the end, we will count to see how many words you got in the minute. All right, and it's just a quick little game that we're going to play to warm up while we're waiting on the raid and trying to just get some juices going, and then we'll have a short little break, and then we can go in on our very first writing sprint. So the very first word that I'm going to put down would be, we're going to start with an easy one. So I posted the word is puppy. All right, so then we have dog. So then the next one would be pause. Okay, next one would another word that is associated with dogs or paws. Beans. I love it. Beans. I think of kidney. And if you're coming in and joining us while we're doing it, just try to hop in and do it. Oh, organ. Oh, I think of piano. I don't know why. Oh, flute. Oh, my heart. I think of high school. Counts as one word, right? I'm counting it. Oh, sweetheart. I love it. All right. Well, we're going to do let's do neckline. How about that one? Ooh, necklace. Okay. Pearl. Ooh, earring. Okay. Let's do. I think of piercing. Probably misspelled that too. Ooh, pagoda. Okay. I think of like a deck. I don't know why. I'm thinking of what are they, the pergola or whatever? Probably not. Yard. Definitely a stick. Fetch. And see, now we're going right back to dog. I love it. Okay, so we got our 1 minute spent in. So let's see how many words we got for our very first sprint little word game here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11. Yep, I got 11 words as well for our very first. Just something really quick to get the juices flowing while we were waiting for any new people that might be joining us. I think it counts for 22 for our stream. I'm counting it because they count. So welcome to those of you that are just joining us right now. We are doing our weekend of writing wildly for Camp NaNo, and this has been so much fun. We have been writing all day long, and I did not look at the tally before coming in here. It looks like they're reporting on word count, so should be rating in shortly. Awesome. Yeah, I did not go in to check what our current word counts are, but I'm so excited to hear about how their last sprint went and to see where they were for their 2 hours. And yeah, so exciting. All right, let's see what we have going on. I'm going to over 90K. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was before the last stream. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. I mean, we were as of like this morning when I like took off to go grab some lunch and make sure my pups got fed and everything else. It was only at like 70,000. So to be at 90K right now is amazing. 10K in the last stream. That's phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was hoping. I was like, I said in my morning stream, I'm hoping we get 140K. That would be incredible. But it's a big mark. We'll see. And the chat for Streamlabs did put a post in there about the NaNoWriMo. You can support NaNoWriMo using the link that is in the chat right now. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. They are, but we are mostly interacting on Twitch because of the weekend of writing wildly for Camp NaNoWriMo. So, yeah. And I have my little plot bunny here that is helping us, just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, trying to give us some good vibes. My plot bunny makes me so happy. It's the silly things, and see, yeah, it even has a little bunny butt. It's just the cutest thing ever. So, and then I have my little. That's my plot gremlin. That's just hanging out right back there. That's the editing gremlin, rather. That's the one that's fighting me for making sense. He makes noises too, but I don't know if I don't know. It's insane. Oh, you arrived just in time to meet our plot gremlins. Welcome, everybody. Yes. What a way to say hello to everybody that is joining us right now. I'm VeganAtheistCoral, and yeah, we are. A little plot gremlin there's making noises. Yeah, I hear you guys wrote lots of words. What's your word counts? Where are you guys at? I want to hear all about it. Well, we start with plot gremlins, and then I got my plot bunny who's just hanging out on my head. Hopefully giving me ideas and not, making me go left and right. No, I mean, really, it will go left and right. We started off our stream doing a fun little word game. And now that everybody has arrived, I think we're going to wait 2 minutes, and then we will go ahead and start our first official prompt. So I guess that would be our second prompt. So just get everybody settled, but I want to make sure you guys get enough time to get hydrated. Since you're just coming over from a sprint yourself, make sure you get a glass of water. If you need to do some movement exercises, little chair yoga, bounce up and down your street, listen to some, or on your seat, on your street, and get the juices flowing, because we are going hard. I tell you, we are going to do some good sprints. We need to get. I have some big goals for y'all, and I know you guys are going to be proud. I just know it. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about what prompt 2 is going to be, and we will go ahead and start prompt 2 at 5:20 exactly. So at 20 after. We are on page 9. It is, and this actually might work for those that are just coming from a sprint. This is a hard prompt to do for me, but I get so much out of it. Looking through the lens of somebody else is definitely something that you can really change how your story feels, and maybe understand your character's motivations a little bit more. And since we have a nice mixture of people that are writing new works in progresses, and then we have other people that are just doing edits, I thought that it would be fun for during this prompt for everybody to work on doing a twist. So your characters are thrown for a loop. Someone lets your main character or your antagonist in on a secret, or maybe gain specific knowledge, maybe going for whatever that maybe something that does your inciting event or something along those lines. But whatever this thing is, it needs to change their motivation from maybe just even 5 minutes ago, or maybe earlier in the book. This is the time to throw a wrench in the fire. Try to list some things that you can do to flip their world upside down. If you have, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, write out what are all the things that could happen that could just ruin that. If you've already written a twist in your book, you can take this time to explore how this information might affect a character or the plot. And another idea could be to make someone who is a friend into a foe without telling the characters. So let's go ahead and twist away, and we are going to do 10-minute sprint, and let's go. Good luck, guys. Happy writing. right, let's go ahead and finish up that thought and those paragraphs, and let's see where we land here. I am pretty happy with the. I just trying to throw out some thoughts that I had, and because I didn't know where I wanted to go with this chapter, so this was really a good sprint for me. I got, let's see, 249 words, which I'm very happy with. So 249 words. All right. There's some really good numbers here. I'm very happy with it. All right, we got 249, which was mine. We have 138, 209, and Emeritus. Oh my gosh, you're doing really great. 124. We have Intel, full 10 minutes of editing. Rock on. Great job. Silver Thread, 122. Trinity Dawn, 202. Doing phenomenal job, guys. This is wonderful. Let's see. Ooh. Yay! That's great. Oh, we're just going to take a little mini break here. So if you need to get your muscles moving, but I don't want to take too long of a break because, we're all nice and warmed up and we really got lots of writing to do. So take a moment to we'll take maybe 3 minutes and to get some water, hydrate. We are staying hydrated. I like to say that if at the end of our 2-hour stream, if you do not need to use the restroom, you're not drinking enough. So make sure you're drinking your water. You need to be nice and hydrated. If you are on tea or coffee, do that. We need that hydration for sure. So what is everybody working on right now? Are you working on editing? Are you doing work in progress? Are you doing something new, something old, something borrowed, something blue? What genre are you guys doing? All right. A fantasy story, awesome. That was a collective 1,044 for the first sprint. Nicely done, guys. That is seriously, we're doing some claps for sure, for sure. All right, working on editing my fanfic, currently reading my chapter 17 through once more to make sure I catched all the things I needed to fix. Oh, I feel that hard. I am rewriting like chapter 2. I need to add about 20,000 words to my previous work in progress. So, one chapter identified that was really weak was the second chapter, which I may end up completely just dropping from the book. But there's so many things and aspects I love about the chapter that I'm struggling to make that choice. But I am trying to explore different ways to write this chapter in order to maybe make it so that I can keep it in the story because I think it brings so much to it. It looks like someone said that they are doing a sci-fi fantasy. That's up my alley. I love sci-fi fantasy. I do a lot of their books that I read are definitely sci-fi fantasy with the action and adventure, but I love a good little romance that is a sci-fi fantasy as well. Um, Someone says, I'm still playing with my new fantasy world. I dropped human into without warning. I love it. I love that. As I said, my Phaland, it's the same thing. We're dropping it right in. All right. Oh, we're talking right through the break now too. All right. So we are going to start with prompt 3. And again, the thing I wanted to do with this prompt is all about rewriting. For those of you that are doing the edits and stuff, you're really going to like this one. Take a look at your last chapter that you're working on, or maybe the current chapter that you're working on, and rewrite it from the perspective of another character. Feeling brave, maybe write it from the perspective of, say, a broken photograph or a mirror without explicitly explaining whose perspective it is from. That could be something that could be a little bit tougher to do. I also like the idea of doing it from the perspective of, say, like the antagonist or something along those lines. If this prompt isn't your thing, though, just spend the next 15 minutes writing, editing, and paying attention to voice and perspective. We are going to dive into this and get going. So let's spend the next 15 minutes sprinting. My goodness, doing all types of this. All right. All right. So finish up that sentences, that paragraph that you're working on, and let me know how many words you got. I got 156. 156. Not as many just now, but this one was a little bit tougher because I had to think a little bit more about what I wanted to do with it and where I wanted to go, and just working from a different perspective when I've been seeing it in my head one way. That is can be really, really tough. So awesome job. We got 177. Someone else said about 5 minutes of editing. Nice. That's awesome. All right. 73. Great job. Full 15 minutes of editing. You are an editing rock star. That is amazing. That's amazing. Let's get some claps going. That's phenomenal. Great job. Oh, I love it when I'm doing that, because sometimes when I'm editing, it just goes so fast and you're just like, yes, this is exactly what I need to do. This is, make this change on that, do this. But then other times it just feels like you're pulling out teeth. So we love it when loose ends are just going in there very nicely. We're tucking them under, making them all nice and pretty. But we leave a little snag because a snag can make it interesting. We're okay with a little bit of flaws. How did everybody feel about doing that last prompt? It's pretty cool going from a different perspective. I really like things like that. So I don't know. Gear is a new character for me. So I haven't quite figured him out yet. And so I think I might explore more of his motivations. He's best friends with one of the lead female werewolves that I really like how they're interacting. And I think that he could be maybe a good potential person who throws a monkey wrench in when he thinks he's helping or something. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't quite figured it out. What about you guys? Do you ever have like moments where you're like, I'm going to introduce a character, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this character yet. And then later on when you're editing, you're like, now this is what we're doing. We're going to create oh my goodness. Oh yes. Oh, this is a great time to mention. Somebody said there's a storm rolling through Florida, so be safe and back up your work. Control S is your friend. Always back up your work. I'm working off of my Google Docs, so it saves it often, early and often, which we're happy about. But yeah, it can be really, yeah. All right. I love how my thing just completely goes ridiculous. So yeah, we're just going to take a few more moments. At 10 till, I think we will start maybe 10 till we'll start our new one. Let's do a page break there. Yeah. And we are bringing that down. All right. I have big plans for everybody. We are going to get some really hardcore writing in next. So in the next minute or so, we are going to dive right back in because we are all warmed up. We are ready to go. We are writing ninjas or unicorns, or if you want to be a writing flower or a writing bunny, whatever it is, we are going to run with it. So yeah, we are going to do. Oh, excuse me. No, the next one is a 5-minute sprint. Yeah, because we're going to start the longer one on the hour. So this next one is a 5-minute sprint. Grumbles in the tummy. Can you tell it was at lunchtime when I created this? I'm hungry for something. What is it? What does it smell like? What would it taste like? Are we sharing a meal? Eating alone? Is it pleasant, unsatisfying food? Is it healthy? Maybe it's poisonous. Write about food. Food is life. It is our source, right? So we get all of our energy from food. So, and food can be so nostalgic because we put so many different events have associations with food that you can really make something very special in your book. I remember I was reading a book and they had the two main characters that ended up having a back and forth, and they were talking about pancakes, I think, or waffles. And I just thought it was so cute that these two characters kept mentioning it as like their little inside joke that you knew a lot about during the first book, but then you get into like the second or the third book, and then they're still bringing it up every once in a while, and you're like, hey, I know what that reference is to. You're in on the joke. So I love stuff like that. So any way that we can make food interesting and awesome and things like that. And the food has so many great words that you can use. And yeah, something about sharing a meal with others is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, ramen right now would be amazing. Yes, I love some ramen. Just grabbing an orange. Oh, yes, the bright citrusy orange. Oh, that you're gonna make me drool. That sounds delightful right now. And it's almost dinner time, so this is a great time to talk about food. So let's go ahead and just do a really quick 5-minute spurt to go ahead, and then we after we do the 5-minute sprint, we are going to take a very short break, and then we are going to dive in for a 20-minute sprint and really dig in. So definitely let's get in right about let's do our 5 minutes writing about food, and let us go. All right, that was just a really quick 5-minute sprint. So we finish up the sentence that you were working on or that train of thought. And let's go ahead and look at what our counts are. For me, I really enjoyed writing about food. I love food. I didn't get in as many descriptive words as I wanted because I thought of something fun, of something I could do with it that would be wonderful and interesting, like using it as a medicine. So, all right. So my words was 116. I'm kind of proud of that. That's not bad, right? So, what did I say? 115, 116? 116. Hey, silver thread, you and me. You and me. 116. Oh, 116. Okay. I was one different. We're right there. Yes, I know, right? I'm hungry. Looking at that picture was making me hungry. Sure. Now, this is very, very short break because this next one we are taking in is going to be a longer sprint. Definitely feed the brain. If you haven't been hydrating, drink that water. Me gusta agua, right? And we are definitely going to dive right back in just another minute or so. And this is going to be a longer, this is going to be a little bit longer of a sprint. So we are going to really dig in. This is going to be really, really, really fun. You can either pick a previous prompt and expand on it, any of the ones that we did in this last hour, or you can even choose some of the prompts from an earlier sprint that you have done in a previous stream. The other thing would be a word found game, and what that one is, I'm just going to write a few words down below, and then you're just going to try to add those in as you go and see how many of those words can you implement into whatever you're working on. Whatever word count you had last time, we are going to attempt to do that word goal plus 100 words, and I'm really excited to see what you guys do with this. Okay, so I will go ahead and write in the words. We have onion. We can do dig. Maybe let's do, I should have, I had them written down, but I don't know where they went. Ooh, how about an Oreo? Oreos are fun. They're also vegan. How about a lollipop? That's a fun word. Commiserate. That's a nice word. I like that one. Oh, how about some chapstick? Can we add some chapstick? Yeah. All right. Music. Music's fun. And I like the word thusly, okay? We're going to see if we can get that into a thing. So go ahead. We're going to do 20 minutes. You can pick a previous prompt. You can do try to implement the words, any of these words in your writing. And let's see what we can do. I'll make this a nice brown to go with our thing. Love it. All right, and let's write. See you on the flip side, guys. All right, we are finishing up on that thought and that sentence. We're also gonna grab. I'm gonna figure out my counts. So I'm only pulling off the stuff that is new. My italicized stuff is already written stuff that don't count, and so I'm not counting those. But we have uh, 321. So not as much as I had hoped. I really was hoping to break 400, but I guess I'm just going to need to do that on the next one. So, but before we even get there, we are definitely going to take a nice 5-minute stretch. We're just going to move our muscles around. Let me put this in the chat. Let me hear what you guys did. Got 321. 321. All right. For 20 minutes, we should all try to triple the word count. Oh, that was from earlier. Wow, that would have been amazing. Let me know if you guys beat your what your count was, if you tripled it. Let's hear about that. Wow, we have some really fantastic numbers here, guys. 5, 68, 6, 76, 272, 75, 279. And we got about 15 minutes of editing. We got editing ninjas in here. I love it. 20 minutes of edit. See, I just said we have editing ninjas here. That's Inktail. Nicely done, everybody. And we do have some people that tripled their word counts. That's amazing. That's amazing. Give yourself some pats on the back while you're doing your stretch. We're gonna move around a little bit. I hurt my my neck last weekend, so we are abiding by the rules of the doctor. We're going to do the left and right. Oh, we're going to stretch the neck because we have such bad posture, right? If you have bad posture with me, we're going to do some shoulder rolls, maybe. Just get that blood pumping again. Go grab a potty if you need to. Hydrate. It is going to be, man, I tell you what, I love yeah, I love, like, oh, what was it? I'm trying to think in my head. There's a YouTuber, I think, Yoga with Adrian, and I'm on, like, she has one that's like a neck, shoulder, you know, head, spine thing that I'm all about, because she's always like, "We're just gonna, like, shake it all out, see where we're gonna go. We're gonna mosey on over here." I'm like, I'm kind of okay with that, like, because I can't do yoga. So, yeah, we're taking a nice 5-minute break. So you have about another 2 more minutes of our 5-minute break, and then our next sprint is going to be another 20-minute sprint. Because I have faith in you guys, and you guys are going to do amazing. So we're just going to take uh, another minute or so while everybody else does what needs to be done. All right, we got prompt 6. It would help if I actually did it on here. So I got it, though. It's okay. We are just going to do it as we do it because we are awesome like that. We can go with the flow. Oh, goodness. I love the idea, though, like, whatever your last one is, that last word count that you got, whatever that was that you just posted, I want to see you do just 100 words more. But see if you can hit that same one. And if you're editing for time, let's see if you can do an extra minute of editing, or try to get to the end of that chapter. My my okay, we're going to start very, very shortly. Let's see. Let's grab a good suggestion for. I had a thing for a prompt, but I don't. You know what? Hesitation. Hesitation is something I like. I like hesitation. Hesitation. Yeah, I think that's what I want to write about, and I think that would be a really cool word for us to explore. So, my I think we should be writing about hesitation. So that's what I'm going to add on to here. Hesitation. Maybe it is something that you are already working on. Look at some of the characters. When is a time in your story that a character showed some hesitation? Or maybe there's another section in your where maybe somebody should have been more hesitant and instead went off with all rockets fired and didn't think quite that much about it. I think that that could be a really cool perspective to consider and think about. So this is going to be another long one. We're diving in. You guys have been blowing me out the water, so I want to see you guys blow this one out of the water as well. And let's write about some hesitation. And if not, if you're writing or if you're editing and you get inspiration elsewhere, this is not required. Just do what makes you inspired. Okay. All right. So let's do our writing. And let's dive in. Hashtag just write it, right? All right, everybody, let's go ahead and start working on getting our last few words and sentences and thoughts together. Um, we just did 20 minutes, and let's see how many words we got. Would help if I highlighted it all. All right, we got 310 for myself. 310. What was your other word counts, guys? How are you guys doing with it? Can you believe it? We only have about 20 minutes left of our stream. It has gone so fast. We blinked and we were done. I know, 17 minutes. That's wow. Only 17 minutes that time, someone blaring music across the street and it's distracting. Oh my gosh, I hate that. That is the worst. For those of you that don't know, the music that we've been playing, which I really enjoy, is from Tabletop Audio. I absolutely love them. There will be a link to it in the description. Hey, we are taking every single word count we can at this point because we're coming towards the end. This has been a long day. This is awesome. I'm really excited. All right, so 277. I see a 436, 318, 308. These are very consistent. 190. I love it. These are all wonderful. You guys are doing amazing job, and I am so here for it. I think that we are doing we do have time for a short break, and then we can go ahead and hop in and do one last sprint to the end. I think that would be really a good way. Maybe it'll just be a 10-minute sprint, but I feel like we'll start at 45, I think, or so. 15 till, and we'll start and we'll just do a 10-minute sprint. And I think that it's just going to be let's just kind of shake out our bugs and stuff like that. Take a look at some of the stuff that you were doing, and let's see if we can expand on it. I really kind of want to keep writing about, I really like my characters, how they're developing here, that I haven't really thought about these two characters before. So it's kind of like almost like a new thing, because I have so much work on other characters in this series, but not these two. And so I'm still trying to figure them out. What are their motivations? What are their goals? And what is the big challenges that they're facing? So it can be so, yeah. I'm definitely chipping away, trying to get through, trying to figure out who these characters are. So I think that's half of the fun is just finding out myself. What do I want these characters to represent? One of my most important things, and I'll just be really quick. One of the most important things for me is trying to tell a story in a way that breaks social constructs. So for me, I look at them and say, how can we go ahead and whatever that social construct is, how can we break it in two? And then let's show people why it's kind of weird or interesting, or maybe there is other ways to do it. All right, so we have time for a very quick 10-minute sprint, and we're just going to dive right in on it. So here we go, 10 minutes. Let's do this. Let's get as squeak through and get just as many words as we can. I have faith in you guys. You're going to do a great job. So go for it. last sprint. Can you believe it? I was, let's finish up our words and our sentences or thoughts. If you have a train of thought that's still lingering there, go ahead and finish that up. Get me the, what is your word count? How much editing did you get to? Sorry about the clicking. My dogs are super, super excited that you guys are just finishing up on your sprints and stuff. So they are making a little bit of clacking noises. I need to apparently do their nails. It's on the schedule. All right. 128 is my number, so let me put that into the chat. So 128, I'm very happy with that, especially since I was a little distracted for a few minutes, and was able to get in those last few thoughts and things like that. So that was really awesome to be able to do. The next place okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and get these last counts in. Then hopefully we will be continuing. For those that might be just stumbling upon what this is, this was a virtual writing hosted by me. I am Coral, municipal liaison of the Illinois Elsewhere region for NaNoWriMo. And we are basically just writing, and it's people from all over the world that are coming together and writing and editing and doing all types of stuff. So we are about to raid the next host because I'm done, and I can't believe it. I blinked and we were done. Like, holy cow. But we are going over to raid Rusty Starlight's channel. She's up next, and let's see. All right, I'm making sure that everybody's ready to go. It appears to be. We are going to go ahead and throw up our wonderful end screen too while I'm working on getting the rating going. And thank you everybody for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Special thanks to the wonderful people that make this happen, and that includes definitely my producer who's in the background, Twitch with the Pitch, as well, for doing all these really cool graphics and things like that. Do not forget to check out Nano HQ. We have links to Weekend Writing Wildly, and you can donate using the link that is in the chat. You can also follow me all over the place. Nano, I'm Coral Sands, or Coral_Sands. And then, of course, I'm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube as VeganAtheistCoral. And so I hope I'll see you guys all there. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I had a blast. So, see you.